Okay, so this is another super quick video showing the wiring for the infrared sensor probe. I'm sorry this video is a bit of a shambles, but I'm going to show you hopefully the essentials you need to wire up the infrared probe yourself. So my printer's in parts at the moment, but the important thing in terms of hardware is how you wiring up your infrared sensor. Here is the infrared sensor. It normally sits mounted on the front of your X carriage there, and there is the sensor itself. You'll see it has 3 pins. Sorry for the shaky cam. Those pins are labeled on the back of the sensor. So on the back of the sensor you'll see it has labeled there, it's hard to see here, VCC, ground, and signal. VCC is your positive power to the sensor, that's 5 volts. Ground is the neutral wire, and the 3rd pin there is actually the signal wire. And the colors that I'm using for my sensor, I'm using here, you can use whatever color you want, but I recommend using different colors so you don't mix them up. I'm using gray for my positive, 5 volts, that's VCC. I'm using a white color for my negative or neutral, that's my ground, and I'm using black for my signal wire. So it's really important you don't mix those up backwards, or you'll damage your motherboard, you'll damage your sensor, and you'll have a bad day overall. So gray positive, white negative, black neutral, black signal. So I routed those wires through the standard cable, corrugated cable tube all the way down, down, and then in the side here, that cable, that corrugated tube goes inside the printer down in there. There's some holes down there. So I've just routed those wires along with all the other hot-end wires, so it's nice and neat that way. Now I'll show you inside the printer. Okay, here we are inside the printer now. Hopefully you can see that cable there coming through that hole there, that grey, white, black one, following it up here, comes into your end stop section. Now, I've wired up my sensor into my Z max socket. So that way I can keep my Z min end stop. The original end stop is this one here. That way I can keep my original end stop plugged in, because I like to dabble with firmwares that have infrared sensor enabled and disabled. So I've kept my original Z min sensor plugged in. You don't have to do that. You can actually unplug your Z min sensor and replace your Z min sensor with the new infrared sensor instead. That's not really important. What is important to see here is the arrangement of the wiring. You'll see here, looking at the board this way, with your step motors on the left, the main processor in the middle, and the LCD cable on the right here. That way, you'll see the colors go red, blue, green, and then my cabling here, I've got grey, white, black, and that's grey is VCC, white is neutral, and black is signal. So you've got 5 volts, ground, and signal. The order is very important. But that's really all there is. It's just 3 wires. It's dead easy to install. It's a much simpler installation than some of the other sensors out there. The IR sensor is just 3 wires. So again, voltage is on the left, signal is on the right, and your ground is in the middle. Hopefully this gets people started. Good luck.